Jason Riddle's resolute rejection of a presidential pardon underscores a complex legal and ethical dilemma arising from the aftermath of the January 6, 2021, attack on the United States Capitol. His unwavering stance, as detailed in an interview with New Hampshire Public Radio, NHPR, starkly contrasts with the blanket pardons offered by then-President Trump to numerous individuals implicated in the insurrection. Riddle's statement, "It's awe. And it happened. I did those things, and they weren't pardonable," encapsulates the gravity of his actions and his refusal to accept absolution for them. This declaration highlights a profound sense of personal responsibility and a rejection of the narrative attempting to minimize or excuse the events of that day. The pardon, offered as part of Trump's post-election actions after his controversial defeat by Joe Biden, was intended to be a sweeping gesture of clemency, encompassing an estimated 1,500 individuals charged or convicted in relation to the Capitol attack. However, Riddle's decision, along with that of at least one other convicted individual, Pamela Hemphill, reveals a significant fissure within the ranks of those implicated. Hemphill, in an interview with The Guardian, expressed her intention to accept responsibility for her participation in the attempt to obstruct the certification of Biden's victory. Her decision, like Riddle's, signifies a willingness to confront the consequences of their actions, rather than seek refuge in a pardon that, in their eyes, trivializes the severity of their involvement. The legal ramifications of rejecting a presidential pardon remain a subject of debate among legal. While Hemphill's stated intention to formally reject the pardon, and the citation by the Idaho statesman of an 1833 Supreme Court ruling, later upheld in 1915, suggesting the right to refuse a pardon, indicates a possible legal avenue, there's no established consensus. A recent opinion from a federal prosecutor counters this, asserting that the acceptance or rejection of a commutation or pardon is not contingent upon the defendants. This conflicting legal interpretation highlights the ambiguity surrounding the issue, particularly in the context of misdemeanor offenses. Professor Mark Osler of the University of St. Thomas Law School, as quoted by the New York Times, suggests that challenging a pardon for a misdemeanor would be unprecedented, given the relatively low stakes involved. Riddle's personal journey further illuminates the complexities of this situation. His disillusionment with President Trump solidified after his release from prison, spurred by Trump's subsequent calls for further protests. This post-incarceration experience appears to have deepened Riddle's conviction that his actions were wrong and that accepting a pardon would be an act of moral compromise. The timing of Trump's offer, following his defeat in the election, adds another layer of political context, suggesting a possible motivation beyond simple clemency. Was it an attempt to rally support among his base, to rewrite the narrative of the Capitol attack, or a combination of both? The actions of Riddle and Hemphill stand in stark contrast to the narrative often portrayed by those who downplay or deny the severity of the January 6th events. Their decisions represent a conscious choice to acknowledge responsibility, to reject the attempt to erase their culpability, and to challenge the narrative of exoneration offered by the former Prezi. Their individual experiences illustrate a spectrum of reactions to the events of that day and the subsequent attempts to address the legal ramifications. Their choices, to accept the consequences of their actions, even rejecting a presidential pardon, raise crucial questions about personal responsibility, the nature of justice, and the enduring impact of the attack on the American political system. The legal ambiguities surrounding the rejection of a pardon further complicate the matter, leaving open questions about the potential for future legal challenges and interpretations. The divergence in opinions among legal experts only serves to underscore the multifaceted nature of this issue, making it a significant case study in constitutional law and the intersection of politics and jurisprudence. The significance of their actions extends beyond the individual level. They serve as a potent reminder of the continuing ramifications of the January 6th insurrection and the complex legal and ethical considerations that arise from its aftermath.